Alright everyone, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christina, aka That Variety Nerd, and today, holy crap people, we've got MyGM. What? I know, it's crazy. So basically what we're going to be up to is that we're going to go to MyGM, which is what we're here to do today, and then after this we're going to jump into universe mode, because I know y'all miss universe mode, I miss universe mode, and I've had some ideas marinating in my brain for months now, and I need to get them out into the universe, pun intended. But we're going to connect the dots between MyRise and what happened at the ending. If you missed the ending, basically we had a career-threatening, basically ending injury. Essentially, we got cleared, but our girl got cleared for the match, but then, well, she basically had to retire. So that being said, we're going to go custom superstar here, beginner's luck, and we're going to select our girl. So there is that. We got two versions there, of course, one being the in-ring one being the general manager version. So beginner's luck basically is self-explanatory, right? With the power-up right there, which is quite lovely to have. So if we go to select, we can do that, and it kind of gives us the rundown of what we're going to be looking at. So each GM and brand have a unique power card only they have access to. You'll start with this exclusive power card by choosing Christina Bennett. Beginner's luck. Raise the popularity of the superstar with the lowest popularity on your roster by 20 points. This one comes in handy real fast if you need to get, new people on board and you need some fresh feuds. It's a really helpful thing. And so that's why I think this is one of the stronger ones, at least for me anyway. But Christina Bennett has access to this exclusive power card. Are you sure you want to select Christina Bennett? Absolutely. And so a little while ago I put up a poll asking y'all on Twitter which one we should go through first. It was pretty neck and neck between NXT and NXT UK, but we're going through NXT first. Eventually on the channel we'll go through and we'll play the other three brands and kind of mix things up a little bit. We don't have to go through it with our girl here, but for the sake of the storyline, we're going through it with our girl here. So if you're thinking about who were the general managers, Adam Pearce is the only one that's staying the same. Regal went over to NXT UK, and then for the sake of continuity here, Stephanie McMahon's over on Raw. We're on NXT. So there's that. Yay, we're, not in-ring competition for a little while, so that's fantastic. But each of the shows, they have a little unique power-up to them. So if you kind of take a look at the bottom, you have Birth of Legends, This Is War, Fighting Champion, International Takeover. International Takeover has some pretty... It's a good one, I'm not going to lie. But Fighting Champion basically has the power-up of title matches being booked for this week will receive a large match rating boost. This definitely comes in handy, especially when you have the rivalries that might be just, getting started, or for the spontaneous, hey, I want a title match sorts of matches where it might not do well, right? And so that comes into play pretty well as well. And so each GM brand has a unique power card, and so those were the other power cards. The Monday Night Raw one can kind of suck if you're on the receiving end of it, though, because especially if you have like a smaller roster when you're first getting started, they eliminate like 3 of your people, and that's like half your rivalries right there. But you gotta get creative, and we're kind of gonna go through the decision making of this wonderful mode and that sort of thing. Basically, my hope is to get maybe like 5 to 10 episodes out of this, possibly. We'll have to see how it goes, because I know you guys like the longer videos, and so I think this is the right mode to do it with. And it's also a good mode for streaming too, so we're going to accept opponent type AI, because, well, it's just me, I'm just chilling by myself. The opposing brand, I think we should go up against Adam Pearce over on SmackDown, for the sake of continuity. But you can basically choose between Raw, SmackDown, NXT UK. I kind of went in the wrong order, but that's fine. But basically, you can use a custom superstar, or you could choose Adam Pearce, Sonya Deville, William Regal, Shane McMahon, or Stephanie McMahon as your opponent. I think going up against Adam Pearce might be fitting because, well, he's the only one that kind of stayed the same, right? So it'd be kind of fun to go up against your old boss. So again, this is just a walkthrough. We could always up the difficulty a little bit later. Up the difficulty. We tried, fam. We tried. And for this walkthrough, I haven't seen too many people go through the full 50 weeks yet, and so, at least the time of recording this, which is, oh god, all the way back on March 20th, because I'm utterly insane like that, but we're gonna go for it. We'll keep the draft pool as default, and then we'll keep the draft settings as manual and that sort of thing. So without further ado, let's go to the draft. Alright, the draft rules. Each GM will start with a budget of $2,750,000. GMs will take turns drafting one after the other, starting with player 1. There will be 8 rounds of drafting. After the 8th round, drafting becomes optional. GMs can opt out or draft until they are out of cash. Tip: GMs can press the button to get recommendations on who to draft. You can also press the X button to get more information about a superstar. Fantastic! Let's go to the draft. Alright kids, so remember a little bit ago when we were like kind of joking about it on Twitter, but also not really joking, but also reacting to it over on our MyGM reaction?
You imbecile, I warned you that this was going to happen. We're not machines. How about you take better care of your talent? Don't worry, Finn. Don't worry, Finn. You'll be fine on our roster. Why is this general manager, like, assuming that Finn Balor's a pushover? I don't like that.
Yeah, we're getting Finn first. He's gonna be our #1 draft pick. Well, yeah, it's Finn Balor. Why wouldn't we draft him first? Okay, somebody's smoke detector's going off, I think. And then, in the same trailer that we reacted to, we have Walter, so he's gonna be our #2 pick. So, they've got Becky Lynch, they've got John Cena. We need to find people to go up against one or both of them. Ideally, people that, you know, that could maybe be like more of a specialist, potentially. I think we get Edge next, because Edge versus Finn Balor, Edge versus Walter, people can kind of float around a little bit. If we need to switch things up, we can do that, right? Right. We remember that segment from last year, okay? Thank you, we appreciate that. Alright, so the thing for me is that I try to get some specialists in there, because that way you can kind of flip things around and, you know, keep things moving around and that sort of thing. And then what's nice is that when you're going through this, you gotta, like, it kind of highlights things for you, so that way it kind of shows who they would, you know, pair up well with, right? So, like, for example, it has it right here, Drew and Finn. That would be a nice little first feud to have. I would be on board with that. So, I say let's go ahead and get Drew on here. We got 2 bad guys, 2 good guys. Look at that! Alright, let's see here. In terms of other people on the brand, well, we were gonna get Becky Lynch, but they kind of got her first, so that's more than fair. So here are the people that we have to pick from, and not everybody's gonna be listed right away, but it's just some food for thought, right? Right. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and build around some specialists. Obviously, Charlotte tried to end her career in good old MyRise, so we're not going to go with her. But we'll save that until the end. We need to get like a couple of women to start things out with for our women's division, and go from there. Ooh, we could get Cross. We could get Cross over there, but I think we've got a good selection here. But we mostly have good guys up at the top. I think what we could do is... Okay, well, Asuka didn't like us either. We never had any run-ins with Alexa Bliss. Well, I mean, we did, but it was a different version. I think let's go with Bianca, because Bianca's kind of been on our side. You're playing favorites. I mean, why wouldn't you want Rey Mysterio on your roster? Why wouldn't you, right? Right. They've got an interesting roster forming. I love it. Okay. So let's go ahead and... Okay. So we got Walter and Rey Mysterio as our first... as one of our first feuds. We have Drew and Finn first. We kind of should get somebody for Edge. Let's get Johnny Gargano. That could be good. We got a good little roster forming.
Looks like Gargano is heading for a new night. He believes his time's coming.
Gargano's always been on NXT. What are y'all going on about? Okay, so I think we could get Cross here too. That could be a fun little feud and that sort of thing. We could have a Cross versus Edge feud kind of starting off. There's, again, you could always add later and switch things around too. Like, I could see Finn turning heel probably the most, and then you could also have Edge turn into a bad guy, Gargano into a good guy. You know, we could kind of flip the script a little bit if we need to. But I think let's get Karrion Kross on there.
Doomsday returns to NXT with Karrion Kross. If you're looking for a future champion, he's it.
Okay, now we need some women on the roster, now that we've got our first so many feuds and people on the show. Alright, so who could feud with Bianca first? Possibly. Where'd Bianca go? Oh, there she is. I'm like, where'd she go on our list? Okay, perfect. So, let's take a look-see here, because I'm kind of envisioning maybe we do like a tag feud or something first. I don't know, we'll have to figure it out. I say something like we have this together, I promise. Alright, we need some women on the roster now. So let's go ahead and... Okay, let's go filter by women next. We're trying not to get people... Well, half the roster probably hates us after MyRise. Let's keep this real. Okay, well, Bayley and us had some respect going on with that Intercontinental Championship situation. I mean, I guess Charlotte kind of evened out in the end, though, right? Right. I say... Oh god, Lacey Evans, that whole mess. Well, we never really had anything bad with Tegan Nox, or really Natalya. Natalya was just kind of chilling with, or Tony, even. Well, we had the feud with Tony, but it was more of a her and Io situation that we were third-wheeling. So I think we could get Tony and Natalya, to be honest. But I think Natalya would be a good little feud to get things going.
Moving on to the draft. The veteran Natalya looking to bolster a new roster. The GM giving her a chance to reach new heights.
Then we should get... We didn't really have anything going on with Carmella neither, so let's get Carmella on there.
Mella making her new night fabulous.
Perfect.
Are the biggest, and she's the proof.
This is true. Okay, so we have Carmella and Bianca that we could go with. We could do like Tony and Natalya possibly, you know, kind of freshen things up a little bit, and we can always grow this roster as we're going along.
SmackDown contemplates their next pick. The Lightning Down Under strikes NXT once again.
Right.
This might just
I mean, there's a lot of really solid picks towards the end here. Truly. So I say... Well, we got a nice little women's division to start out with. We could have a couple of feuds start up that way. Let's go towards the bottom end of the budget and see who we got left. Oh, God. Okay, we could go with Trent Seven. I mean, it kind of overlaps with Drew and, Cross. That might be a good feud for Cross to have first, so let's do that. Plus, he's the cheapest one on the budget list, so I mean, there's that. Alrighty.
I hope he does.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, like, we gotta go for the people that we can actually afford at this point. Okay. Let's see here. Who else could we get? Well, let's look at the bottom of the list. Okay, so we have $234,000 left. We could get, like... Basically, we can get... Oh, God. Well, we can really get anybody on this list, because we have one more pick left. Yeah, we can get... Well, we can't get Alexa... We can't get, yeah, basically anyone from Rhea Ripley on down. Oh, God, okay. Well, we have 4 women to start off the women's division. Maybe we get, like, a specialist or something? Okay, so we have 2... Hang on here. How many... Okay, so we have those 2 right there. Maybe we should get another specialist. Let's see here. Okay, I say let's go ahead and grab... We could get Pete. We could get Liv. Liv wouldn't be a bad option. God, there's so many picks. Ooh, we could get Ricochet, and then we could have Walter and Ricochet after Walter and Rey Mysterio. That could be fun. Yeah, let's get Ricochet. Perfect. Look at our roster. Look at our little roster. That's a nice image right there. We got a pretty decent roster on our hands. Our draft is complete. How much money do they have left? Oh, crap. They got Tamina. Okay, they've got a good roster, too. Nice. Good job, SmackDown. We're proud of you. Alright, people, so that's the draft. These are the rosters. So that's who they have. They've got a really solid women's division on their hands, too. So not a bad selection, but I think we can do better than they can, right? Right. So, that being said, let's see what happens in the first show, shall we? I think so. Alright, we got our first message from good old Triple H. Tonight is the night, the debut show. We have high hopes for you. I mean, who better else than to lead the black and gold brand than the demo goddess herself, right? Alright, I don't know if we were born for this, so we're gonna see. I'll try not to let you down. Good, we've gone ahead and added 50k to your war chest to ensure your debut is a hit, making an amazing show. Thank you, Triple H, we appreciate you. Oh god, we gotta set our champions, fantastic. Okay, I think our first champion, well, I mean, you want to ideally have, like, the popular people, right? Right, so... Well, obviously, in this whole collection, we have 9 total dudes, so we probably should get one more person to even things out. I'll take a look at the breakdown, and, you know, we kind of go from there. Again, you can't go wrong with getting another specialist on board, so maybe that's what we do next. Like, get a Ciampa or something like that. But we'll have Drew McIntyre be our first champion, and then for the women's side of things, let's have Bianca Belair be our champion. Confirm selections. Journal. Okay, Commissioner goal, ensure that Rey Mysterio fights this week. So the Commissioner goals are optional, but they give you these little power cards, and the power cards can be found right here, which is fantastic. Alright, so we can go ahead and start booking the show. There's also show logistics. A lot of this is not going to really start to kick in until, well, next week. But we can go ahead and manage the roster if we want to, which is actually quite nice because it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know that the screen was a thing. Oh my god, they actually keep track of the records and stuff. I love that. That's actually really convenient for continuity. Oh my god. And then we have, okay, so I wasn't sure where everyone was getting this information from when it was like, oh, check the morale, check this, check that. I'm like, I don't know where all this is at. And you can release talent if you need to, you know, release people. We're not going to do that for the time being because, well, we need everybody that we can get. We also have legends that we can get on board, which is nice. You know, they kind of rotate out and that sort of thing. We can also get some free agents. And look at how stacked this free agency list is, although mostly everybody's a bad guy. So, yeah, I don't think we need anybody for now. For now. As tempting as it is to get Roman on the show. So, we're gonna start off strong. Okay, well, what's the commercial? Okay, ensure that Rey Mysterio has match. Okay, so we were gonna set up a title match, you know, to kick things off. We're not gonna go too crazy. Alright, so we're gonna have a title match, set that up between Drew versus Finn. We're gonna go ahead and get Rey Mysterio in the middle here and set up the feud against Walter to kick things off. I think that's a nice little matchup right there. Something that we would all be interested. In fact, didn't I say that on our reaction? Like, Rey Mysterio and Walter's a match that we need to see. I just, you know, I'm curious, right? So I think here we're gonna have Bianca and Carmella in a title match to kick things off. You know, start with a title match and end with a title match. In terms of promos, let's see here. Who else do we have? Okay. I say, well, so we still need probably one more person. Probably. Maybe a bad guy. I don't know. But we're going to start off the feud between Trent Seven and Cross. And then hopefully start... Ooh, do we want Gargano and Edge? Yes, we do. We want Edge and Johnny Gargano. This should be good. I'm like, where did he go? Like, he couldn't have gone that far. Oh, God, okay. So, yeah, we still need somebody for Ricochet to go up against, so we'll have to keep our eyeballs peeled. Well, I mean, we could go and find somebody, right? I mean, long-term plans. You know, do we want Chad Gable? Do we want Slapjack? I don't know. Alright, but I think we're off to a solid start, and if one of these don't work, then, like, we could always just throw Ricochet in with somebody. I don't know. But either way, let's go ahead and just confirm the booking, because we can't really set up the show logistics just yet. Show cost $6,000, we got 100 grand, that's not too bad. Let's confirm the booking and see what happens. We'll check both NXT and SmackDown just to see what's going on. So, opening match, Bianca Belair versus Carmella for the NXT Women's Championship. Simulate! Oh, we got a title change hands on the first night. 3.5 stars, we got that feud started. Okay, cool, because that's kind of like the game plan. You need to set up your feuds. And since I've been through this mode a few times, I'll kind of point out what's been working for me anyway, because what might work for me might not work for your mode, and, you know, all that stuff. But we have the Trent Seven and Karrion Kross match, all, like, situated, and, you know, that feud bubbling. We have Rey Mysterio versus Walter coming up next. Let's see what happens here. Rey Mysterio picking up a huge win here. This didn't get, you know, off the ground. That's okay. We could always swap out Rey for Ricochet and find somebody else for Rey. Alright, it looks like Edge and Johnny Gargano. That's a new rivalry. Okay, so we got 3 rivalries set up. Perfect. That's exactly what we need to see. Drew retains against Finn Balor. Not a feud starter. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Alright, so SmackDown kicks things off with Akira Tozawa versus Big E. Big E with the huge win. Oh my god, my ears hurt. Okay, well they've got that feud starting. Okay, Dakota Kai with the charity promo. Okay, that's fantastic. We have Mace versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. Let's see what happens here. Alright, Swerve picks up a win. 1.5 stars. Okay, Damian Priest with the promo. Perfect. And then John Cena versus John Morrison. The Battle of the Johns for the Universal Championship. Let's see who wins. John Morrison picks up the win. Interesting. That feud kicked off. Fabulous. Okay. So they got 6 total stars, and we got, well, 9 total stars, so I think we should be good. So we have 3 out of 4 feuds all stitched together and that sort of thing. Not too bad. I'll take it. So we're going to go ahead and, you know, you can take a look at the match reports and that sort of thing as well. See who's gaining in popularity. Oh, okay, they're all gaining in popularity, even with a loss. That is lovely. You know, when they put the loser in front of the winner like that, like in the sentence, it makes it look like they're gonna win, right? At least that's what it looks like to me. But they only do it for the matches. So at least we've got a little bit of a rotation kind of going on. And that's kind of what you want to do. You want to have a rotation of people, so like in the next episode of, you know, well, not in the next episode of this, but rather in the next week, we're going to have Cross versus Seven, probably replacing one of these 3 matches, and probably Edge and Gargano. That way everybody gets to rest. What a concept. Okay, looks like people are really behind Bianca and Carmella. I love that. Okay. Started and ended strong. Love that. Love that. Okay. Balor just not good enough lately. Okay, we've got some intrigue. Shoot, we should really put, like, Finn and Walter in a team. That could get interesting. Oh, God. It's like the last thing that this whole roster needs. But the one thing to pay attention for is the fans change and see if yours is higher or lower than the other shows, because it shows the margin. So it looked like we had about 10,000 fans, I think, something like that, and also the budget. So we have more money. We're ahead by about 11 or 12,000. Yeah, 12,000 fans, give or take, right? And we have a title change. Yay! Okay, perfect. Lafayette, Louisiana. 3 weeks until WrestleMania Backlash. Congratulations on a solid debut show. First in the ratings is quite the feat. Thank you. The Superstars did that. They're amazing. Which is true, they are amazing. Make sure to watch your Superstar stamina levels as well. Keep in mind that you don't have to outdo the other brand every week. This is true. Listen to Trips. Listen to Triple H. A big part of this job is building towards a killer pay-per-view. That's where the biggest wins can be made. So pace yourself, build your rivalries, and don't burn your top superstars out. Make sure they can take part in your most important shows. Love that. I'm not happy about losing my championship last week as a former champion. I'm enacting my rematch clause. I want a championship rematch before... Perfect. Sounds good, Bianca. You got it. Alright. Ooh. Okay, so here are the new logistics. When they come up with the weeks, then you'll, you know, unlock more things, right? Right. Well, we don't know. Well, we'll walk through that and my logic through it anyway, but... You know, we're ahead in the ratings. That's fantastic. Ensure that Edge cuts a promo this week. Fantastic. Not like we were gonna have Edge and Gargano do anything anyway. Alrighty, so who could we bring onto the show? That's a great question. Okay, we could bring in Tyler Bate and Drew Gulak, possibly. We can afford them. Which, to be honest, or even Ziggles. I could see Ziggles being a good... Okay, we've got enough options here. We mainly just need people for, you know, to rotate out. We need somebody to ideally feud somehow with Walter and Ricochet, possibly, and Rey Mysterio and that whole mess. So I think... I mean, we could always get Tyler Bate, too, and get Mustache Mountain as a backup plan. So I think we should honestly just get, like, we should just court everybody at this point. Ziggles, we can't afford you. We could afford the other three people, though, so let's get Rude, let's get Gulak, and let's get Tyler, and then I think we're set for the foreseeable future, because we could always turn people if needed, right? Right. Let's go ahead and sign Robert Roode. Did we... Okay, I was gonna say, did everybody get shifted over? Because again, the specialist situation, right? We could always have these people kind of be in tag team matches. I know, it's a smart strategy. Alright, so let's go ahead and have... Well, actually, we could do this. Hang on a second here. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, so we're gonna put you in there, Ricochet, against... I was gonna say, did we pick up Ziggler? I forgot who we already picked up. It's Rude and Gulak. That could be this could be interesting. I want to see this little Mysterio and Ricochet tandem kind of unfold. We're gonna go with Cross and Seven to start things off, I think, maybe. Although the popularities are shifting, but... okay, well, let's swap them. Because, you know, you want to start out with fresh people, and then... We'll just give the title match right here at the bottom in the main event. You know, pretty fair, pretty solid. Well, the nice thing is that we could still have Natalya and Tony do things too. And start to build that up. Maybe next week we'll have to take a look and see what the objectives look like. But we could have Finn call out Drew. And maybe continue to try to set that up anyway. But... we could always go with Tyler Bate versus Walter as a feud and have that start next week. And the specialist one between Natalya and Tony. But I'm also like, maybe we should wait on that. I don't know. But we'll figure it out. But I think we got a good little show kind of starting right here. So let's go ahead and go to show logistics. We'll go to the concert hall. Road crew. Let's just keep that the same for now. Basic lights and effects. Pyro, and then we'll go with cameo appearances campaign. We got the money to spend to purchase that initially, and we'll still have about 50 grand left in the... Oh, no, we don't want to go there. It's the tabs. My bad. Okay, there we go. So I think we got a good little thing going on here. We got, you know, we got the women in the main event. We got a couple fresh matches. We got some feuds that we're trying to build over here. I think we're doing just fine, so let's go ahead and confirm the booking right here and just see where things go. Alright, let's go ahead and confirm the booking. Total show cost is $41,000. That's not too bad. We still got plenty of money left. And we got some new people on the show, too, so that's nice. Because, again, the specialists, you can't go wrong with them. Like, when in doubt, you can just throw them in there with whoever, right? Right. I like the idea of the Gulak and Rude team, though. That could get interesting. Okay, 2.5 stars. Plus, if Walter, you know, if we get him into if we get another giant or something, we could have, like, the David versus Goliath, like, good guy, bad guy, cruiserweight, giant sort of situation. Alright, we got Drew and Finn having a feud. That's our fourth little feud that we're going to build up. We got Cross versus 7. Cross takes the win right there. 2 stars, but the rivalry's growing. That's what counts. Again, you don't need everything to be like 3 or 4 stars. We got a rivalry budding there. And then we're going to have the rematch between Carmella and Bianca Belair for the NXT Women's Championship. Bianca takes it back. 3.5 stars. The rivalry continues. Fantastic. I think we did pretty good this week. You know, not as strong as the first episode, but that's because, you know, we wanted to start strong. And they took some notes from us, I think. Okay, John Morrison, 3.5 stars. Okay, they're at a level 3 already. That's fantastic. Good job. Okay. Mace and Swerve, they're going to a level 3 rivalry. We got Shayna Baszler versus Dakota Kai. Okay. Fantastic. Alright, they've got another feud bubbling. Where's Becky at? Because at least our women's champion is showing up. Our champs are showing up every week. They don't need to, but they're showing up every week. Akira Tozawa versus Big E. In the main event, Big E picks up a huge win in the tables match. They're at a level 3 as well. Fantastic. Okay. So their opener did better. We did the same in the middle, and then we edged out at the end. So they did marginally better. They did a little bit better than us this week, but that's okay. It's about the long run. It's about how you deliver at the pay-per-view. Okay. An incredible tag team. It seems like people like the Gulak and Rude tag team, which is fine, because Ziggler's too expensive. Okay, we got 80,000 fans, free arena booking, love that. Oh, we evened out this week. Okay, we did even out this week. That's fantastic. I love to see that. Right, we're at about 13,000 ahead of SmackDown. We're heading into week 3, I think. Yep, we're in week 3. Oh my god, we got everybody. Okay, hang on here. Have you been checking your fan and... Okay. We've been paying attention to that. Just want to make sure. We appreciate that. I wanted to let you know that I plan on taking... Whatever, Pierce. We're already ahead of you. I don't think NXT stands a chance. Girlfriend, we've got freaking Drew McIntyre and, like, Robert Roode and Finn Balor and Walter. Like, Walter could probably demolish half the roster, let's be real. Okay, so we're gonna keep Bianca Belair off this week, because she's, you know, the stamina. That's fine. Thanks for the title rematch. You're welcome. Alright, Mysterio cheated. Alright, we're gonna give you a feud with Rey Mysterio. I'm kind of on board with that. If that turns into a separate thing, then it turns into a separate thing. Alright, so Robert Roode and Drew Gulak work well together as a team. That is perfect. And so over here you can kind of see the superstar demand lists and that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and put that in the middle. Who knows? I might even set something up. Alright, so let's get you, Robert Roode, versus Rey Mysterio. This could work. Okay, normal match. At least one normal match. And then this week, let's go ahead and... We'll put Cross and 7 to open things up, or we'll flip these two around. No, they've got the feud. Possibly. We'll figure it out. And then we'll put Edge and Gargano, I think, at the end. We may need to flip this around, but I think, you know, because we have rivalries building up, I don't think it's a big deal 100% anyway. We'll get Carmella and Bianca in there, and then we will continue to build up Finn and Drew over here as well. Oh, nope, nope. Okay, hang on. Ah! Okay, there we go. Okay, so we might move these things around a little bit. I don't know, but I think because the fact that there's a rivalry there, it should stick out a little bit more. Same thing over here with the clashing styles and the rivalry, but who knows? Who knows? But Robert Roode's got his little match against Rey Mysterio, and that's quite nice. So, there is that. Alright, we got the Capital Wrestling Center unlocked, so we're going to use that. We've got extra money, which is fantastic. We're not going to buy those just yet, not until we absolutely, can benefit from them, right? So we're going to use basic lights, effects, and pyro, and then we'll use cameo appearances campaign. I know, we're such cheapskates. we're not doing anything. Well, we don't want to run our superstars into the ground like freaking Adam Pearce. What, the most extreme match that we've had was a tag match. Okay, Cross versus 7 to open up the show. Karrion Kross picks up a huge win. Alright, 2 stars. Right, we got a promo between these two. They're doing okay. We got Robert Roode versus Rey Mysterio here. Let's see who picks up the win right here. Robert Roode getting his rematch against Rey. Roode picks up a win. Alright, 2 stars. And then we have Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor right here, and they've gone up to level 2. Okay, fantastic. We got Edge and Johnny Gargano in the main event. Let's see what happens. Edge picks up a huge win against Gargano. 2 stars across the board. But they're at level 3. They're at level 3. Okay, Damian Priest versus Otis. Priest versus Otis. There we go. Otis picking up a huge win. 2.5 stars, okay. Ember Moon versus Tamina.
1, 2, 3.
Tamina picking up a huge win right here. Another 2.5 stars. They're probably going to beat us this week, but that's okay. TLC between John Morrison and Big E. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw Big E into a TLC match not long after he had a tables match. So we need to raise the quality of the matches, but again, that's okay. We're building things up, and that's what counts, right? Right. Because, I don't know, we have the pay-per-view coming on, which is fantastic. Okay, so we got about close to 60,000 new people. We got the double cost rewards thing, which is fantastic. We are now at number 2. So, there is that. So, SmackDown's ahead of us, but not by much, and we're close enough to the pay-per-view. Okay, the big pay-per-view is coming up soon. Pay-per-view weeks are the perfect opportunity to have a big rivalry conclude, and to use some of your power cards. We'll ask if there's any advice. Got any advice on what I should be doing? Just make sure you're planning for it. Get some rivalries ready, and try not to injure... That's what I'm saying, Adam Pearce. Like, you got 2 feuds that you could be building. But alas, you're putting poor Big E and John Morrison in a TLC match. Free arena power card? Okay, thank you. Your opening and main event are both stronger than the mid card. Well, I'm sorry. We're building towards things. In the middle, I'm trying. Rey Mysterio getting a title opportunity. This can really screw up things, and I love it. Okay, 3 weeks, because we need to see how the Balor and McIntyre situation unfolds. But Ray, you just lost! Thanks for the rematch against Mysterio. You're welcome. See, there you go. We're building up people. Okay, rest your current champions this week. That is fine. We got other feuds that we could be putting together. So, let us see here. Well, we're not doing anything with these bottom people. Like, right here anyway. I think let's get Ricochet and Tyler Bate versus Drew Gulak and Walter. That could be an interesting little feud we get going on. Walter and Drew Gulak. Oh wait, no, oh yeah, Rey Mysterio. We were gonna get him a title shot. That's right. No, we want Gulak with Rude. I think we were gonna set up... Yeah, there we go. These two work well as a team. And then... we were gonna have Tyler Bate and Walter. Okay, there we go. That's the one we were looking for. I'm like, what are we doing? Okay. But, because we have a pay-per-view coming up, we need to kind of build things up a little bit. So these two, their stamina is pretty good. Edge and Gargano can just, have a little promo situation thing. And then we'll have that possibly open up depending on the popularity. I think these two kind of even out, right? Right. And then we'll have Carmella call out Bianca. then we have... Hang on here. We have Balor calling out... Oh, wait, my bad. We have Balor calling out Drew. And then maybe... Well, I mean, we're not going to put it in the main event, but, like, we'll try to get that match kind of going. So, let's see here. Well, they've got the 60s. They're both in the 60s. They're both not in the 60s, but they have a feud. So, this could be a little bit of a stranger card, possibly, but I think it could work, right? Right. So, at least raise it a bit of a tag match thing. I don't know. But we'll figure it out. I think we should flip these two, to be honest, because of the feud down here. You know, it's gonna be worth the long haul, I think, you know? It's like we've got to build these things. Alright, so we're kind of just gonna wing it at this point. Let's go ahead and manage the roster. I'm gonna, like, take a look-see here and see what's going on. Because I'm not sure what tabs are which, to be completely honest. I know, it's crazy, y'all. But I think we got a solid enough show. We gotta confirm the booking. We're resting our champions this week. We're not resting everybody else. And that sort of thing. So, let's go ahead, confirm the booking. We probably could have done Edge versus Gargano, now that I'm thinking about it, but that's okay. They've still got the feud coming up at the pay-per-view, or the match at the pay-per-view, because they're gonna be on there. So, Ricochet and Rey Mysterio versus Drew Gulak and Robert Roode. Opening up the show. Roode and Gulak pick up a huge win. Okay, 2.5 stars. Bianca and Carmella, they're at level 3. Fantastic. Tyler Bate versus Walter in the middle. Walter picks up a huge win right there. We got a new rivalry with Walter and Tyler Bate. Fantastic. We got Finn and Drew, they're still at level 2. Alright. We got Karrion Kross versus Trent Seven in the main event to kind of build up their feud even more so. Kross picks up another win. Fantastic. 3 stars. Their rivalry's at level 3 now as well. At this rate, we might as well just have, like, Carmella and Bianca main event and put Drew and Finn in the opener. I'd be cool with that, because there's more of a feud with Bianca and Carmella. Dakota versus Shayna. Okay, Dakota wins. Okay, they've got a... Wow, they actually got their women's champ on the show. What a concept. Priest versus Otis is a feud now, too. Akira and Mace versus Swerve and Big E. At least they're trying to combine some feuds there. We got Swerve and Big E with the huge win. Alright, perfect. Becky with the promo, not defending her title. Y'all are really gonna really just throw John Morrison through the ringer. Oh my god, how many matches? This dude's only had like 1 regular match, I think, in the first 4 weeks. But we have John Cena versus John Morrison. Battle of the Johns for the Universal Championship in a tables match. John Morrison retains. They threw away a match on on free television. Fantastic. Alright, so we did pretty good. Again, we're building, and that's what counts. Right? Right. So, we got Carmella and Bianca at level 3. We have Walter and Tyler Bate forming and bubbling. We have Kross and Seven at level 3. So, I think for the pay-per-view, we're going to have, of course, Kross versus Seven, Edge and Gargano, and we're going to have Finn and Drew, and probably Carmella and Bianca main event. We're going to have to take a look-see to see, but let's continue. Alright, 69,000 fans. Fantastic. We're getting some money. We're at level 2. We're in 2nd place still, but that's okay. We're making it work. Over here. Okay, they beat us by like a good 10,000 points. Or 10,000 fans. 10,000 points, 10,000 fans. They're ahead by, about 20, 30,000. We're gonna get up there. It's pay-per-view. We're gonna get there. WrestleMania Backlash. Look, Karrion Kross has been handing me nothing but losses. Isn't there someone on the roster you can match me up against for a change? We'll see to it. You've had me benched for a while. How about we have you cutting a promo? Don't worry, we'll get you going with a feud against Natalya. We've got this. If we need to get another female or two on the roster, that's okay with me. So we'll have you call out... Oh. Yeah, we'll start that feud. Because we can always grab somebody from free agency, right? Right. Schedule a run-in this week. Oh. Well, we do want to end that feud. We'll table that feud, I think, for now, because I think we got other stuff that we could do, right? Right. So, I think... Let's go ahead and have the title on the line here. We'll go ahead and have this title here, I think. In a tables match. Then over here, well, we don't want, okay, well, we have Gargano and Edge. We could throw Walter and Tyler on there in the middle. So let's go ahead and throw you two in an Extreme Rules match. We'll throw you two in a TLC match, and then we'll throw Walter and Tyler in a tables match. We'll flip these two around, and then we'll continue to build up other feuds along the way as well. Let's go ahead and have Rey Mysterio do a charity promo, and then for a self promo, let's go ahead and do Natalya, even though Natalya is like right there. So let's go ahead and switch that out. We'll go ahead and... How about we do a self promo with... Let's have Tread do one, just to kind of keep that flowing a little bit. Okay, we have WrestleMania Backlash Arena unlocked. Okay, fantastic. Let's use that. And then we'll go ahead and purchase the Gorilla Crew. We'll get the one in the middle very soon, once that pops up. We'll use Basic Lights, Effects, and Pyro, and then we'll use Cameo Appearances Campaign. A run-in this week. I don't know who we would run in on, to be honest. Well, we could set up something, right? Well, we only have Ricochet and Drew. Yeah, Drew Gulak versus Edge. That could be spicy. Or... Well, I was gonna say we do it in the main event, but... Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, let's do Ricochet and Walter right there. But yeah, I think we set up some things and we have some moving pieces and that sort of thing. So, I think that's where we're going to go with. So, let's go ahead and see how we do on our first pay-per-view. I know we're taking a gamble by putting this feud in the main event, but it makes sense because the rivalry's stronger. There's the pay-per-view match type bonus, and it's for a title. So, it makes sense to me anyway. So, let's go ahead and book this. Confirm booking. We're splurging a little bit, but it's a pay-per-view, and I think we've got this. I think we do anyway. Well, it makes sense for Ricochet to pop in there too in the feud against Tyler Bate and Walter, so there's that. Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor to open things up for the NXT Championship. Let's see what happens here in the TLC match. Who grabs the title, and Drew McIntyre gets the gold. We're at level 3. Okay, 4 stars. Fantastic. Rey Mysterio with a charity promo. 5,000 fans. Walter versus Tyler Bate with a Ricochet run-in in a tables match. You know, to kind of beef that up a little bit. Walter with a huge win. 3 stars. Okay, that's fantastic to see. Toni Storm versus Natalya is about to start right here. Fantastic. Got Edge versus Johnny Gargano right here in Extreme Rules match. Let's see what happens. Johnny Gargano with a huge win. Fantastic. That feud's completed. We got Trent Seven in a self promo right here, you know, to keep him going on the roster. Kind of continue things and that sort of thing. And to finish things off in the main event, we have Carmella versus Bianca Belair for the NXT Women's Championship in a tables match. Let's see who walks out with the gold here. Carmella walks out with the gold. 4 stars. Okay, so we could have went either or with the titles, but I'm kind of glad that we did. That rivalry's completed, so those two are going to have to go on to bigger and brighter things, and that's okay with me, so let's continue. See what SmackDown comes up with. Where's your title? Where's your title? Hell in a Cell opener with Tamina and Ember Moon. Okay. Tamina picks up the win. Good, you know what? Good on ya, Tamina. 3.5 stars. Becky Lynch with the promo and not defending her title. Poor John Morrison is getting stuck in another match, even though he should be shelved for, like, this show, where y'all could have saved him for the pay-per-view like we did. So Cena and Swerve versus... Okay, that actually works. Cena and Swerve versus Morrison and Mace. Okay, but this feud actually kind of works, and not just because of the classes. Mace and Morrison win. 2.5 stars. I guess that's a feud. I was gonna say, isn't John Morrison their champion? Oh my god, okay. Big E with the charity promo, instead of actually being in a feud. Okay, Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler. Let's see what happens here. See, like, they're not using their feuds all that much. They are, but they aren't at the same time, which I'm like, okay. Wow, you put Big E on twice. Okay, well, I guess your highest rated feud right now is Akira Tozawa and Big E. Okay, no titles or anything. Damian Priest versus Otis in the main event. This is even worse than Universe Mode. Oh my god, Otis won. 2 stars in your main event, and we had 4. Who is she? Look at this. Okay. So we did considerably better because at least we had 3 stars across the board. So we had 3 stars in the middle, you know, both those matches did well. That feud is still going, which is fantastic. We need to have at least one of these title feuds kind of continue, right? We have a new women's feud starting, which is great, which means we need to find somebody soon for Carmella to kind of build up a feud with. So we still got the Cross and Seven feud. We got the Walter and Tyler Bate feud. And we have the McIntyre and Balor feud. Cool. So we got like 3 little feuds still kind of... No, 4. We got 4 feuds that we could easily build up with. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty decent enough. Rey Mysterio apparently wants a match for the title soon as well, if we remember correctly. So we're going to try to set that up as well. And we could use a power-up, but let's take a look-see here. We got 200,000 fans. 200,000. We're at number 1. Come at me, Pierce. They're right. See, we crushed them. We crushed them. We absolutely crushed them at the pay-per-view. Because, I don't know, our decisions make sense. When are they gonna defend Becky's title? I thought there was, like, a limit on these things, but either way around, I hope you all have enjoyed this first episode of MyGM Mode. We're going to Indianapolis in the next episode. Holy crap, we've got all kinds of stuff. We're gonna answer these emails, and we're gonna close all this out. Hey, no, Rude, you're sticking around. We like you. Seems reasonable. We like you. We like you too, Drew. Alright, we can do that. We just put... We'll have it happen in 3 weeks, okay? Okay. Talking... I mean, I would think that you guys would make a great team too. Ooh, hang on here. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna talk that through a little bit in the next episode, but thank you all so much for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a comment. I hope y'all are okay with this longer episode because I wanted to combine, you know, we had a lot of ground to cover. But we're going to be covering 5 weeks at a time, so the future episodes are going to look a little bit shorter, and that's okay. And we're kind of going to walk through the decision making and, you know, things that I kind of mentally map out, kind of planning ahead and that sort of thing. I know we're on easy mode, but this is a walkthrough, and it's for the purpose of just continuity, right? Right. So, on that note, thank you all so much for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a comment, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you get notifications around here, and let me know what y'all thought about this first episode of MyGM with our girl Christina Bennett running NXT, the place that, well, we all started at, right? Right. So on that note, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all around later.